Good morning, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Got a little bit of a different video for you today. Uh, so this is a tribute to my dad, and I'm kind of nostalgic. So just bear with me. Hopefully, a car doesn't drive by. I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as I can, but so I did something big today. Finally, I got my dad's truck back. My father's still living. He's still healthy, everything, but so here's the backstory. My dad graduated from Mississippi State as an electrical engineer and got a job with Pontotoc Electric in 1977. Moved to Pontotoc with my mother, um, and showed up, you know, as an engineer. They gave him a company truck. Well, at that time, the number 13 wasn't taken because nobody wanted to take it because it was an unlucky number. He said, well, sorry. He said, well, there was a fly on me. He said, I'll take it. So his truck number from 1977, from the day he started, was Unit 13. Now, he would drive one for 5 or 10 years, 5, 6, 7, 10 years, whatever. And then, the power company would get him another truck. Well, eventually, in 1997, after he worked there for 20 years, he became the manager, or got promoted to manager. So he was a manager from 1997 to the day he retired. I don't know the year, but it was about 4 years ago. Okay, so call it like 21. Yeah. So 2021. So manager 97 to 2021. He worked there a total of 40. Somebody else can do the math. That's 33, 21. No, that's 23 and 21. Yeah. So he worked there like 44 something years. Same company, worked there 44 something years. Okay, well, when he got ready to retire, his truck, his company truck, unit number 13, the board members and then the current manager of Pontotoc Electric, not going to name any names, but the current manager, they were all going to pull their money together and buy his truck from the power company and give it to him as a retirement gift. He said no, can't do that. He's too proud. He said, I don't want anybody in my community thinking that I got a, that I just took my truck home, the power company gave it to me or whatever, when in reality, the individuals on the board and the manager were going to spend their personal money and buy it from the power company at a reasonable price. So they ended up putting the truck back into service, and they retired. In honor of him, they retired unit number 13. Number no longer exists. So they retired his number. Well, so they added a 1 to it. So then it became unit number 113. Well, fast forward 4 years, the truck's got 278,000 miles on it, and it came up for auction. So I bought it, and I said, when my dad retired, when that truck comes up for auction, I'm gonna buy it. And I'm not rich, but I'm nostalgic. This has always been my dad's truck. I rode around when I was a kid in this truck. Yeah, not a kid, but when I was a teenager in this truck. And yeah, I've got a lot of memories in this truck. My dad spent a lot of miles in this truck. So, without further ado, here's the truck. This is a 2006 Dodge Ram 1500 4.7 V8. Work package. Another thing you need to know about my dad is that he didn't want the company to spend money on him so he could be in luxury. So anytime he ordered a truck for himself, he got the most basic package he could get. Okay, so we're just gonna go through that. Now, also, my dad's always loved a manual transmission or a standard shift or whatever you want to call it. So he always, every truck he's ever had has always had that. But back to the basic package. Like I said, he didn't want the company to spend money on luxury for him. So he always got the basic package. He wanted to get the cheapest thing he could possibly get, you know, for the best price. Manual windows, manual seats, manual mirrors, 6-speed. It does have air conditioning. It does have that. Work floor, cloth seats. Work floor, cloth seats, all that. The bed's got, you know, some dents and some dings. This is where they took the toolbox off. But other than that, this is a good truck. And it came from Griffin Motors in Houston, Mississippi. Got a little paint issue right over here. Not a big deal. Look, it's a 06. This is where the sticker was on the side of the door. So you can see right here. I don't know if the camera will do it justice, but so there was the 13 right there. So 1, 3. And then they added another 1 right here. So it made it 113. They fixed it good on the other side. It was over here. But anyway. Like I said, my dad was too proud to take the truck as a gift, as a retirement gift. After 44, 43 something years of service to this company. He didn't want the community talking about him. Here's the deal. Look, if you bake cupcakes and take them to a Sunday luncheon, somebody's gonna complain about your cupcakes. They may not complain to your face, but somebody's gonna complain about your cupcakes. You can't make everybody happy. And you just got to worry in this life right here. You got to worry about yourself. Put your faith in Jesus Christ. Worry about yourself and your family. And then let it go. Somebody talks, they talk. Who cares? That's not what's important. All right, so not going down that rabbit hole, but I tell everybody, I have enough to worry about taking care of myself, my wife, and my 3 children. I don't have time to worry about what the flip you are doing. And if somebody has time to talk about somebody else, to somebody else, then you need to find yourself something to do. But I just wanted to, and by the way, yes, it has alloy wheels. It did not come with alloy wheels. I'm just going to clarify. My father ordered it with steel wheels to go cheap. Steel wheels would drive just as good as alloy wheels. But the power company donated another truck several years ago that had alloy wheels on it. And they took the alloy wheels off. And they put them on this truck, and they sent the truck they donated with steel wheels. Okay, that was their choice. But here's the deal. My dad drove this truck for a lot of years, till the day he retired. It's 06, so he drove it for probably 12, 13 years, somewhere around that neighborhood. Now it's 2025. No, it wouldn't be 12. That'd only get you to 18. 15 years he drove this truck. Yeah, anyway, all right, I'm trying to math in my head. Wish I had a script or something I could go by. But fast forward 2025, they auctioned it off. I saw it came up for auction. I bought it. I told them, put the title in his name. I've got the truck. I'm taking it to his house. I'm going to park it in his driveway. I'm going to hand him the title and the keys and say, here's your truck back. It should have been his the day he retired, but he was too proud to take it. So, and he always loved this truck. Always loved this truck. And it's a good truck. So, I don't know. Hey, it is what it is, but I'm kind of nostalgic. So, like, I got a lot of memories as a teenager in this truck. And a lot of good memories, some bad memories, some whatever memories. I remember going to church with my dad in this truck. I remember driving down to Jackson with my dad in this truck. And I want it to stay in the family. Even though it belonged to the power company for the past 19 years. I want it to stay in the family. So, anyway, all right. So there's the story. That's what the deal is. And, hey, thank y'all. Remember, Jesus loves you. Deuces, homies.